But certain things need to be corrected for the record, because certain things people are just ill-informed about. And the publications that grab the headlines and try to manipulate things and make things seem as if there's something that they're not. I understand that some folks are desperate for clickbait. That's how they do it. They don't care about accuracy. They just care about talking shit. Damn it, forget all that. She did it. She didn't have to, but she did. She got her contract. She getting her bag. She got her endorsement deal, but she looked.
Stephen A. Smith just dropped the wild details about Caitlin Clark's contract in Europe. And honestly, none of us are surprised. We saw this coming from a mile away.
I'm going to tell you what's interesting and no.
Now it's official. Everyone knows Caitlin Clark has left the WNBA. And let's be real, I don't even need to explain why. The way that league treated her made it clear they couldn't handle her rise. Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, it's a shame her fans had to lose her in the WNBA. But on the other, Europe's giving her the respect and recognition she always deserved, something the WNBA never really managed to do.
And warrants that level of respect, devoid of a title. She basically deserves that level of respect because she basically put the sport on its shoulders and uplifted the sport.
The league's been drowning in jealousy and drama. Didn't matter if you were Sue Bird or Alyssa Thomas, nobody could handle Caitlin Clark's success. But enough about that mess. Let's talk about her next chapter. And of course, it all started with Stephen A. Smith, the one who saw Caitlin Clark's greatness before just about anyone else. Now, he's the one closing the book on this wild saga. He's been in her corner from day one, calling out the nonsense and defending her rise. But today, he dropped what might be the biggest bombshell in women's basketball. Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's biggest rising star, could be packing her bags for Europe, and not for some casual off-season stint. This move feels permanent.
This lady right here, Caitlin Clark, is my favorite college basketball player in the world. She is something special. And Caitlin, I'm just going to start because they want to hear from you, obviously.
He didn't just drop hints. He practically screamed it from the rooftops. Caitlin Clark's Europe deal is so massive, it's making WNBA salaries look like pocket change. Clark, who's been stuck earning just $76,000 in the WNBA, is now looking at a fat paycheck overseas, somewhere between $2 million and $5 million a year. Yeah, let that sink in. Millions. Compared to what she's making now, it probably doesn't even cover her sneaker budget. Europe sees her for what she truly is, a star, and they are ready to pay like it.
With the WNBA season ending for many teams, there are already so many players heading overseas to play during the off-season. But with all of the drama currently surrounding the WNBA, on top of the low-paying salaries, some of these players are questioning if they'll
Stephen A. wasn't holding back on just how massive this is for Caitlin. And honestly, it's not just about the money, though let's be real, that part is sweet. This deal is her escape. A full-on getaway from the chaos that surrounded her in the WNBA over the past year. It's been non-stop racial politics, controversy, and distractions, none of it about basketball. It's like she's been dragged through the mud simply for being successful.
It warrants that level of respect, devoid of a title. She basically deserves that level of respect because she basically put the sport on its shoulders and uplifted.
Stephen A. pretty much laid it all out. Europe is Caitlin Clark's golden ticket out of the mess. No drama, no distractions, just pure, unfiltered basketball. Over there, they are not going to weigh her down with the politics or petty noise. They are going to treat her like the star she is, and here's where it really gets bold. Stephen A. called out the cultural dynamic head-on, and he wasn't wrong. The WNBA is heavily dominated by black players, many of whom feel like they own the league. That's created serious tension, especially with rising stars like Caitlin. She's been stuck in the middle of a race-driven narrative, where every move she makes gets picked apart and someone's always ready to take a shot. It's been awkward, unfair, and frankly exhausting. So this move? It might be the reset she's been needing. CLI?
Certain things need to be corrected for the record. Because certain things people are just ill-informed about. And the publications that grab the headlines and try to manipulate things and make things seem as if there's something that they're not. I understand that some folks are desperate for clickbait. That's how they do it. They don't care about accuracy. They just care about talking shit.
UT Europe? That's a whole different world. No racial drama, no league politics, just basketball. Plain and simple. With players from over 40 countries sharing the court, it's all about the game. And that's exactly what Caitlin Clark needs right now, a space where it's not about who's the face of the league, but about who's got game. Let's not forget, Caitlin Clark is a generational talent. She's doing things on the court most players can only dream of. Her rookie season wasn't just impressive, it was magic. She's setting records, packing arenas, and drawing in fans like the WNBA hasn't seen in years.
We were promised, team marketing agreements and league marketing agreements, but they've fallen quite short. So it's still not enough for us international players to want to stay here. And that's a choice of the players. If I make a choice to make more money and whatever, and then teams are mad that I don't come back.
Just look at the numbers. Over 15,000 fans showing up to every game, smashing attendance records like it's routine. She even packed 17,600 into the Atlanta Dreams State Farm Arena. And still, the WNBA had the nerve not to give her the recognition she's clearly earned? Please. Meanwhile, Europe is rolling out the red carpet, and it's no mystery why. They actually respect her talent. Something the WNBA seems to have forgotten somewhere along the way.
Yeah. 50,000 people for the crossover at Kinnick next Sunday, so...
Now Europe's offering her exactly what she deserves, on every level. And honestly, it's easy to see why she'd be tempted. Top players overseas are pulling in anywhere from $2 million to $5.4 million a year, while the WNBA is still handing out crumbs. Caitlin's rumored contract would launch her straight to the top, finally giving her the financial recognition that's been missing from her game.
Caitlin Clark. Ladies, let me tell y'all something. You got to sit up there and pay attention to the rising tide. It lifts all boats. You can go out on the court and go at Caitlin Clark with the fierceness that your competitive juices demand. But in the process of doing that,
over there, she gets something she hasn't had in a while. Freedom. Freedom from all the WNBA's exhausting political and racial drama. No one trying to drag her down. No jealousy clouding her shine. Just basketball. Pure and simple. She finally gets to focus on the game she loves, and Europe is more than ready to treat her like the superstar she truly is.
And from the sounds of this interview, it seems like she's probably going to make more money overseas in EuroLeague than she did during this WNBA.
Stephen A. didn't hold back. He made it clear this isn't just a career move. It's Caitlin Clark breaking free from an environment that's been suffocating her. Europe doesn't care about the WNBA's racial politics. Over there, athletes just play, no matter where they are from. There's no jealousy, no toxic scramble to be the face of anything. Just mutual respect. And that's exactly what Caitlin's been missing.
Biggest star in the league, Caitlin Clark, is only...
She's already given everything to the WNBA, boosted viewership, packed arenas, and turned the Indiana Fever into a must-watch team. But even after all that, the league still couldn't fully embrace her. Now, Europe is stepping up with what the WNBA wouldn't: respect, recognition, and a paycheck that actually reflects her worth. Stephen A. said it best: this contract isn't just a big deal, it's exactly what Caitlin needs. And more than that, it's the beginning of something huge.
Making a base salary of around $76,000 or $78,000 for this first season. She signed a 4-year, just over $300,000 rookie salary. So Caitlin's rookie salary is a little over $300,000 for 4 years, and that's all.
I'm going to tell you what's interesting, and nobody has brought this up. I'm going to bring this up, okay? One of the things we didn't talk about was what happened Friday night. That damn call by that official with 3.9 seconds left that gave, that helped them. Now, I'm not going to sit up there and tell you that it was the wrong call. I just hate the fact that the call was made at that particular moment in time. You want to definitively see the players decided.
Let's not get it twisted. Caitlin Clark's rookie season wasn't just good. It was straight up historic. She single-handedly drew in millions of viewers and boosted WNBA ratings by an insane 142%. And yet, despite all that firepower, the league has barely embraced her. It's like they've been too busy pushing their own agendas to remember what really matters: the game itself. Actual basketball.
Was $107,000. So obviously that's a...
Stephen A. Smith didn't sugarcoat a thing. He called out the elephant in the room loud and clear. The WNBA is so wrapped up in its own internal politics that it's completely missing the opportunity to celebrate one of the greatest talents the game has ever seen. Caitlin Clark's undeniable success is being overshadowed by a league more focused on pushing narratives than recognizing pure talent.
She was under control. She manipulated the defense left and right. She got to her spots. And for me, one of the biggest things, Stephen A., you mentioned drawing things out of other teammates that we didn't even know was there.
From the moment Caitlin Clark stepped onto the court with the Indiana Fever, she's been dealing with way more than just basketball. The WNBA's obsession with race and political divides has put her in a tough position, making her feel like an outsider in the very league she's been working hard to elevate.
Could be a world where more of these private-owned EuroLeague teams, I could see some of these teams going after some of our star players in the WNBA. And if the money makes sense, if the business aspect makes sense, we could lose more players to playing overseas.
But here's the kicker. Caitlin Clark isn't running from the mess, and she's definitely not retreating. Stephen A. made that crystal clear. She's not backing down. She's leveling up. Clark knows her worth, and Europe is stepping in to offer what the WNBA couldn't. The respect, support, and spotlight she's earned. Imagine stepping into a league where the only thing that matters is how well you perform. That's exactly what Europe is offering Caitlin Clark. No distractions. No forced narratives trying to box her in. Just pure, unfiltered basketball. And in that kind of environment, Caitlin Clark is going to thrive. Stephen A. wasn't playing when he said Europe wants her. They see her brilliance, they respect her game, and they are ready to give her the platform she's always deserved.
Commissioner told her that she could make $700,000 playing in the WNBA through marketing this.
Meanwhile, the WNBA completely fumbled the chance to celebrate one of the most electrifying players the game has seen. But let's be clear, for Caitlin Clark, this was never just about the money. It's about recognition. She's been putting in the work, breaking records, packing arenas, and what's she gotten in return? Barely a nod from the league.I and Europe. She won't have to fight for that respect. It's already waiting for her. Stephen A. made it crystal clear. This is the environment Clark's been searching for, and it's where she'll finally get the recognition she's deserved all along.
My mouth, like there are certain teams now that I don't even want to watch, I can't even support, I don't even want to be one of the viewers watching their games just because of all of the pettiness and drama surrounding it.
In Europe, none of the racial tension that's been suffocating Caitlin Clark's time in the WNBA exists. The EuroLeague is packed with players from across the globe, and the focus is exactly where it should be, on the game. No jealousy, no pointless hate, just basketball. That's the kind of environment Caitlin can absolutely dominate in, and that's why this contract leak is such a big deal. Stephen A. wasn't just dropping some headline-grabbing news, he was giving us a glimpse into Caitlin Clark's future. And honestly, it's looking brighter than ever.
Would be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer. I mean, Ice Cube was about to give her $5 million to play in less than 10 games in the Big